We are getting started, the NewB Business Talk, and I am so happy to bring this guest on who is indeed an entrepreneur. I've known her for a few years, and she's just doing the darn thing out there. So, without further ado, Danni Gaulden, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Naja?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited about this whole thing because we get to talk about business and
Yep.
entrepreneurship, and I know I started at the age 18 by putting gumball machines in stores so I can get money to pay for laundry. I'm coming from the inner city project, and I needed money for laundry, so that's how it started at the age of 18. Talk to us, Danni. Tell us your story.
Yeah, so I also started at the age of 18 when I went to college because I was kind of on my own. I had to just figure it out. And so I started off by actually having a hair salon in my dorm room. So that was pretty cool. I was doing relaxers and blow drying people's hair. And then I started bedazzling cell phones because that was a cool thing back in the early 2000s. And I was making baby accessories, diaper cakes. I mean, I've tried it all, and I just really went after the things that I loved to do and tried to
Okay.
monetize them. So that was my whole approach. And I knew even though I was in college at the time and I was getting a business degree, I was getting my business degree mainly because I knew I wanted to become a business owner and an entrepreneur. And I didn't see myself working a job, or at least if I was going to work a job, it was to eventually fund my business. And I got that inspiration because my parents, both of them were entrepreneurs, and I saw the freedom that it gave them. And, they were able to go on 2-week vacations whenever they wanted to. And my mom was there to pick up my sisters from school and just being more present in their own daily lives. And I loved that. And I was like, I want that for myself. So that was my inspiration of giving entrepreneurship a try. And so at the beginning, I was just trying any and everything that could potentially make some money. And I'm pretty talented. Like I'm kind of a jack of all trade or Jill of all trade. And so really all of my talents, I just try to put it out there. But I would get bored and I'm like, I don't really want to do this anymore. So let me try something else. And then I just kept like going from thing to thing to thing. I even dibbled and dabbled in photography at one point. And then I found myself in network marketing. And I did that for many years and found some success with network marketing. But it really wasn't my passion. I was like, I'm
What?
selling other products
Right.
that I didn't really, believe in all the way. Like it was just like something to do, something to build a business, but it wasn't really my own thing.
Do you think that's important, the passion piece of it? Because I dipped and dabbled into multi-level marketing as well at one point in my life. I think I was in my 19s, early 20s. And is the passion, because some people could sell anything. Some people could just get into entrepreneurship. When you're defining entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur is really just taking the risk and going out there and starting a business or doing something and using your own capital. So some people can just go out there and just sell whatever. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people that can do that. Me, I got to be passionate. And you sound like you need to be passionate too. What made you choose the multi-level marketing? Like, what you saw your parents do it, so they influenced you. I know my mom. I come from a single family household. My mom, um, we were broke, and that's kind of what motivated me. Like, I had to figure out how to go out there and get money. And you're looking at friends and other families, and you're seeing what people have, and that's kind of what inspired me.
Yeah. And I mean, for multi level marketing, I think what really got me in there initially was because the potential, like the earning potential. I saw the dream that the others above me or before me were selling. And I'm like, wow, that seems obtainable. And that really drove me, but it didn't keep me because I think for me personally, I think for some people it has to be passion, it has to be purpose driven. For others, it can be money driven. But for me, it's entrepreneurship and business has never really been about money. It's more so about freedom. It's more so, and of course, you need money for the freedom, but And it was also about solving someone's problem and helping people. And so, and I felt like if I start helping people and if I solve somebody's problems, then the money will come. But in order for me to stick and stay with something, I have to be passionate about it. I have to feel like it's my purpose, because otherwise I'm not necessarily someone that's like, um, a self-starter, per se. Like, I definitely have to stay motivated, and I sometimes need outside accountability to stay motivated. And so that can be a challenge when you're an entrepreneur. And so if I took out the or if I made sure that I was passionate and I was living within my purpose, the motivation stays a lot longer than if I'm just selling something because it's going to make me money. So, so for me, I absolutely needed it to be passion driven. Now, with multi level marketing, though, I learned so much. I think one of the best parts about multi level marketing is they teach you how to be successful. They teach you what you should be listening to, what books you should be reading. They teach you business sense. They just teach you how to organize a team, how to lead others. And so I took a lot of those principles that I learned in multi level marketing and I applied them to my life. The personal development, I think, was more than everything for me. It was just like, it helps me just develop as a person so that I could then find my passion and find my purpose, and then lead, others, as I grow my own team now doing what I do.
You touched on something that's important, solving the problem. A lot of times people start a business for something that they want to do, they want to love. But normally successful businesses really do well when they are addressing a problem and or a need that's out there. What is your business now? What are you doing today, and why are you choosing to do that now?
Yeah, so I'm a plant-based nutrition coach, and I've been doing that for years now. But now I'm more so focused on helping women with their preconception preparation, so that when they are preparing to have a baby, they can do so in a healthy way and find holistic ways of managing if they have some chronic issues or some things going on that doesn't make them feel so well. The problem I'm solving is that I help them to gain balance of their health and also prepare for a healthy pregnancy and also for the future health of their child, so that we can pass down generational health. Because especially in my community, we have a lot of issues when it comes to chronic conditions. And so I'd like to see those changed and eradicated in our community. So we can do that by preparing for pregnancy. So I transitioned from just helping everybody go vegan and go plant-based to specifically to helping women prepare for conception, because last year when I prepared for conception, I was doing it just for myself. But then I realized that it just absolutely changed my journey. My pregnancy was amazing because of that preparation. The health of my daughter is amazing because of that. And I just want to see that happen for other women that I know are struggling, that, are struggling because of fertility issues, or their partner has fertility issues, or they're struggling through pregnancy because they just didn't do the things, the steps that it could have taken, that they should have taken in order to have a successful pregnancy that made them feel good and made them want to have more children.
They're very important too, especially for the new moms. I know I have for one child, and I had my daughter late in age, 40. So first child, but it was a natural birth at home. But still, you're nervous because childbirth, women can die. There's a lot of things that can happen during childbirth. So I think that's a very important problem or need that you're addressing in the community to help with the preconception and along the way. And then, you have the doulas and the midwives and things like that.
Absolutely. And I wanted to also mention that when it comes to business, no matter what you are choosing, I believe in order to be successful, you have to be solving a problem or a need, because otherwise, why will your customer come to you? Because when you think about grocery stores, dry cleaners, car washes, no matter what the business is, they're solving somebody's need. And so if you're thinking about, okay, what business should I start? Or what avenue should I go down? Think about why people come to you. Think about what are the questions that most people ask you? And if they're always asking you about fashion, or they're always asking you about getting healthy, or whatever it is, that potentially can help you figure out how you should or where you should focus your business or your entrepreneurship journey on.
Exactly, exactly. You're tuning in to the NewB Business Talk. I'm Naja Wright Brown, and I have a couple of business ventures that I'm working now. You know, restaurant, events, special events, and talk show, all types of things. And we just want to share knowledge from some folks that are actually out there doing the work. And today we're speaking with Danni Gaulden, who I know has done a lot of things from plant-based nutrition coaching and cooking demos, and you wrote your own book. Talk to us about 5 tips or best practices that people need to know before they even think about entrepreneurship. Because a lot of times people just jump in, and within the first 5 years, a business can fail. What are some of the things that entrepreneurs need to do, aspiring entrepreneurs need to do before they even step foot out there?
Yeah, so I think that first thing is going back to what is everybody asking you about, so that you already know this is my lane. Because if you're not the go-to person for that, you're not the expert on that, then eventually it could fizzle out because it's not something that you naturally want to do. And so I would say focus on, first think about what do people ask me about, and then go down that lane. And then once you figured out that that's your niche, okay, because you have to have a niche. I know we want to serve everybody, and we're like, oh, my product is for everybody, my service is for everybody, but it's best to pick a niche. Okay. My business coach says, niches get riches. Okay. So when you niche down, you're
Uh-huh.
going to get that, because you don't need a lot of people to make a lot of money. Because if entrepreneurship is about making a lot of money for you, you don't need a lot of people. You just need a community of people that believe in your product, believe in you, and find you as the expert. So I would say, find that niche, and then learn as much as you can. Keep going, always continuously learning and expanding, and
How?
diving into
Where
how
should they
well.
go? Yeah.
Okay, so I would
Besides
say,
coming to you.
I would say for one, find other coaches or other people that are business owners, entrepreneurs that are achieving what you've achieved. Okay. So, like, for instance, on my Instagram, I follow a lot of people that have really successful Instagram pages, and they coach on how to grow your Instagram page. So I follow them and follow what they do. And, like, for instance, in October, my husband challenged me to post 30 reels in 30 days. So a reel a day.
Wow.
I did that. And
Mhm.
because I did that, I doubled my following. Okay.
Nice.
Yes, and but what was even amazing about that, I almost tripled it because I had really lost a bunch of followers. I lost thousands of followers because I decided to pick a particular niche that some of these people weren't involved or weren't, like, interested in anymore. But then I gained so many more followers who now are interested in what I'm selling. So then it would make me a little bit more successful on Instagram when I put pushing a product or a particular service. So that's important. Finding those that are have the success that you want, whether it's through social media or your particular niche, because then you can be inspired and can continue to grow. Also, you can use the internet, and you can find articles, you can find research, you can find studies, case studies online. You can also find the books that you need to be reading in order to continuously expand. And then, speaking of books, I think every entrepreneur, now this is not typically before your entrepreneurship journey starts, but somewhere within your entrepreneurship journey, you need to write a book. Absolutely. Writing a book makes you an expert in your field. When people see that you've written a book, they're just like, oh my God, they think it's so amazing. I think everybody probably wants to write a book. If not, 90% of people want to write a book, but most won't do it. So if you do it, and it is not that hard to write a book, if y'all need some a suggestion on somebody who could help you, my writing business coach, she's amazing, and you guys can reach out to me, and I can get her information to you. But writing a book has you stand out from the crowd, from the other people that are doing what you're doing, but they don't have a book. And then also it opens doors because you're not necessarily going to make millions off of your book, but it will open up other opportunities. So now if you wrote a book, somebody might invite you to speak on their stage and to
Right.
talk about the topic that you're talking about. And then from there, you can maybe sell more books, but then you're also attracting a different type of audience to you that you wouldn't be exposed to had you not written that book. So, so that would be my fourth tip. Now, the fifth tip would be to actually just get started, okay? Because some of us, I tell you,
Just
I've been
get
down the
started.
road. Yeah, because I've been down the road where I've been like trying to perfect it. Like I need my website, I need this, I need this, I need that, I need headshots. Da, da, da. No, just get started because there's people that are making millions of money that don't even have a website. Okay, all you have to do is know what you're doing and start somewhere. And then what I like to do is fail forward. Okay, because you're probably going to fail at something, and that there's nothing wrong with
Right.
that.
Say that again, because a lot of people, I think, jumping into business is that's the number one fear, the fear of failing. But I always say it's not failing, you're learning, and
You're
there's a
learning.
lot of people out there. You can think of the big boys, girls, all the
Hmm.
corporate geniuses have failed at something before they
Yep.
became successful. So it is a learning experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you must fail forward. And those failures, quote unquote, are learning experiences, like Naja said. And from there, you learn what not to do and what to do and how to do it better. So that next time you will continuously grow and learn and then keep building on what you've learned. And then within no time, after you've made all these mistakes, then now you know how to get it right. So, absolutely, just starting and trying. And if it doesn't work, try something else. If it doesn't work, try something else. But then if you've got your coaches and the people that inspire you and you're reading the books, then you're just building. And this is like how we continuously get to a point of growing and learning. I mean, for someone like me and Naja, we are always expanding on our businesses or trying new things. And they may work, they may not work, but we tried. And so we know, instead of thinking like, oh, one day I might, or maybe I shouldn't. You'll never know if it's going to be successful. You might be sitting on a gold mine and
Right.
not seeing it through.
Is that all five or was that four? You got the
Those
fifth
were
one?
those are five. Yeah,
Those
those
are
are five.
five. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That I wanted to ask a question about think tools. Let's start with the tools and marketing because I get a lot of questions about the marketing, and how do you do this and how do you do that, and like that's the big conversation. How do you market yourself more? I know you mentioned the social media and doing the reels. Now a lot of times people be pressured into they have to do everything. You know, it's like it becomes overwhelming. What would you recommend in terms of tools getting started with that, and what are all the tools that you use?
Yeah, so yeah, it definitely can get overwhelming. And so I would say one of my favorite tools to use for marketing is Canva, which most people have probably heard of Canva at this point, but it's an online tool where you can create marketing material, flyers, videos, any type of like digital content that you need. You can create that there in Canva. It makes it very professional. It's like a low, I wouldn't even say low budget, but it's like a cheaper version of getting a graphic designer. They already have done like all the hard work for you, and you just kind of plug and play your own branded stuff, your colors, your logo, whatever. So I love to use Canva. And then I also use Instagram mainly, but I would say just pick one social network site that you would want to grow. And then once you've grown that one, then you can start work focusing on all the other ones, but become an expert in one social media platform. For me, it's Instagram. That's where I focus business wise. And then from there, once I kind of got that where kind of like a well-oiled machine, then I can move on to Facebook or YouTube or another platform. But
I
but I chose
agree.
Yeah, and then but I chose Instagram, and so on Instagram I do reels. I post one reel a day, and how I manage that is I batch record. I have 4 children, I have a husband, I have business, I have things to do,
You
okay?
got
And
things going
so
on.
yes, and so I can't spend too much time every single day focusing on that, but I can find time in my schedule to batch record or batch create content. So that means that within, I might have like a 2 hour window. In that 2 hours, I will make a whole bunch of reels. And then, or I might sit down at Canva and make a whole bunch of like marketing content, carousels, things like that. And then those are ready to go when it's time for me to post it on a regular basis, on a daily basis, I should say. So, putting in that time into your schedule for creating content and batching it helps a lot because you can get more done in 2 hours than spreading out those 2 hours over the course of a week. So, and then other than that, I would say the book. Writing the book also helps with marketing yourself because now you're an expert in your field. And then, say, for instance, you wanted to speak at a particular conference, I would get in touch with that particular conference leader, or if it's an event, not a conference, but whatever type of event, I would get in contact with the person who is organizing it, and I would send them a copy of your book for free, and then they can then see what your topic is, see that you have a book, and then and ask them if you can speak. And that definitely, like for me, I got chosen. I remember specifically this one vegan event in Philly. I got chosen to speak at this event, and they offered me vending space for free because I had a book. He was like, "Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of other speakers that I could potentially pick, but I'm going to pick you because we don't have an author yet." And so I
Nice.
was chosen just because of that. So those are some ways that you can market yourself. But yeah, it can get overwhelming. But I just say pick one social site to focus on, become an expert on there, do it really well. Use Canva because it makes it simpler to create digital content. When you get a chance, write that book. If you don't write a physical book, at least write some ebooks. Those are pretty easy. You can write the digital one and have that up in a matter of days. You can do it over the course of a weekend, and then just take your time. Just become an expert at what you can do, and then once you've done that really well, just start to build, because you don't feel like you have to do all of it at one time, because you really, really don't.
Thank you for that. Any obstacles that you wish you would have avoided, but you have overcome during your journey as an entrepreneur? I know we've all gone through things, and the longer you've been an entrepreneur, the more things you have gone through. If something sticks out where you wish you could have avoided it, but you overcame it anyway?
Yeah, I think with doing everything myself, that was an obstacle because if you, depending upon your personality, you might feel like, I got this, I can do it all, or they say if you want it done right, do it yourself. But I would have, if I can go back, I would have hired people early in the game, and or at least focused on making enough money in order to do that, and then outsource certain things. You can even get a VA, a virtual assistant, for really low cost through places like Fiverr or Upwork, and get little administrative stuff off of your plate. So then that leaves you space to be more of the creative that you are. So I would say hiring people is one of the best things that can help you get over that slump of feeling like overwhelmed and feeling like I can't get it all done, and or I don't feel like doing this. Like there's so many little tasks that entrepreneurs don't feel like doing. They just want to like entrepreneur instead of having to sit at a desk and do admin work or do graphic design work. If you hire people, then that alleviates your time and even that effort that it takes that to put into that work when you could have otherwise been being your creative self and building your business.
Do you feel what you're doing right now, Danny, is your life's work?
I think in the sense of helping people go plant-based, yes. I think it might always evolve as I continue to evolve, but I think in this moment right now, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing as far as helping women and their preconception and having a plant-based pregnancy. But 10 years ago I was doing something else and I would have felt like that was where I was supposed to be. But and then as I continue to grow, I'm not sure how that will continue to evolve, but I'm open to that evolution because I know at the base of it, I will always be helping people. And it might be in a different form, but I think my life's work is to help people and to make this planet a better place. But it might look different in 10 years. It might look different in 50 years. I'm not sure. But I think right now in this moment, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Thank you for that. Well, I guess you kind of answered where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? You just it's the moment. What's going on in the
Yes.
moment?
Yeah, and yeah, I'm not sure, but I like I said, I still think I'll be helping people. I think I'll have more employees at that time because I look forward to not only getting the help, but also in hiring people that are also passionate about this type of work and as far as helping others and doing it for the betterment of our health in our community, and then also being able to bless people with employment because there's people that are not happy with where they're employed or they're not employed. And so to be able to hire people and pay them well, that's something that I look forward to doing in 5 years.
We got a comment that came in from Dog Educator Retailer. Yes, you are. I guess that is about doing your life work. And then we had another comment that came in. That's my cousin from Florida that was tuning in earlier. Shout out to our Meek. Thank you for tuning in, and blessings to you as well. How can we best follow you? Where should we be? Where should we find more out about Danni Gaulden and what she is doing in her life's purpose for the community, individual, pregnant women, and all that great stuff?
Absolutely. So everything's at Instagram. So you can go to Damn Good Vegan on Instagram. That's DAM Good Vegan. And all the links to everything that I'm doing for all my online courses at Vegan Mama Academy, my wellness community. You can all find all of that in my in the link in my bio. And feel free to scroll through my reels because I find a lot of comic relief through reels, and so but educate at the same time, so you might learn something as you are also laughing and enjoying yourself on my on Instagram page. But yep, that's where you can find me, and also in my stories I share a lot of like what I'm doing day to day. So if you want to get to know me and get to know more about my business and my family, you can follow me at Damn Good Vegan on Instagram.
Danny, it's always a pleasure watching your reels and your videos and everything. Very engaging, inspiring, uplifting, and entertaining. So I love it. I thank you for taking the time out to share some of your tips, best practices for new entrepreneurs looking to get into business. Again, you definitely have to believe in yourself, take a
Yes.
leap of faith, and yes, you're going to be using your own money. So that's the one thing, your own money. So
Yes.
it is a risk, but if you believe in what you're doing, and you're following your passion, and not listening to the naysayers, because if we would have listened to the naysayers years ago, we
Yep.
wouldn't be in this vegan business, the land of Kush, this restaurant, close to 11
Hmm.
years, had we not
Mm,
opened it and
absolutely.
stayed in our cushy jobs in corporate. So you have to believe in yourself, believe in your product, and just take a leap of faith and go for it.
That's number one. That's number
Yes,
one.
yes.
Yep.
If you're watching the replay, yes, please follow Danny Golden at Damn Good Vegan, and please on Instagram, NewB Business Talk at NewB _Biz Talk, and also on Facebook. We are there, NewB Biz Talk. This is a new show that I'm launching because I'm trying to fill a need too and solve
Yes.
problems with people that have lots of questions on what it takes to be an entrepreneur. What do they need for marketing?
Mhm.
And we'll be having more guests on in different industries. And hopefully, you'll come with questions. Again, we do have a group. So if you want to join the NewB Biz Talk group on Facebook, please do that. And yeah, we can answer some of your questions or prepare for the next show. All right. So stay well, stay safe, and everyone, please be blessed.